Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Just Add Ginger and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So the time has come, it's been 6 months. We're sitting down to give you the update on Eric at 2 years old.
Wow.
Can you believe we have a 2-year-old?
No, but I believe it every morning about 6 o'clock. That's when I believe it.
So we had a little chat about this, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, this has probably been like the first 6 months where not a whole lot has changed in terms of like milestones and stuff. But I think it's been the most interesting month in terms of like character and.
We say not a lot milestones because it's like the jumps initially are like sleeps all the time, like, and it's just wakes up, cries, changed, fed. Then it's like it sits up, smiles and laughs. Then it's like rolls, crawls, and then walking. And then because that trajectory is set like that, you don't notice the milestones as much. But
No.
I think he's done loads of little things that.
Yeah, but little things, not like.
But
big things.
if a 0 to 3 month baby did them, they'd be miraculous. So put it in context.
But anyway, we'll get on to all those things. So like, I've made myself some notes, so I've got my phone to hand so I don't waffle too much. I also have to apologise if I look really tired. I had like 2.5 hours sleep last night. I'm not looking for a pity party, it's just the way it is, so I might look a bit haggard. Sorry. So yeah, okay. Do like the stats kind of bit first. Oh, if you wonder where Eric is, he's having a nap, which is why we're filming this in peace. We thought we'd seize the opportunity. So first things first, Eric still has blonde hair and brown eyes, although his hair looked like it was starting to go darker, and now it's looking like it's starting to go lighter because he's been out in the sun.
Like 10 minutes.
So I'm not sure what colour direction it's going to go, but at the moment it's still blonde. Sometimes I see a bit of red in it, sometimes I see a bit of like dark brown, so
like mousy brown sometimes.
Yeah, like I don't know, dark mousy.
Fawn.
Like, yeah.
That's a word.
And I don't know how much he weighs because the health visitor doesn't weigh him anymore. I've tried just to see, but he doesn't keep still. I don't know how tall he is either because, again, doesn't keep still.
Mm-hmm.
But clothing wise, he's still in between 18 to 24 and 2 to 3 years clothing. I'm sorry, it's a bit pissing me off. He's in between sizes. He's still got quite short legs. Yeah. So 18 to 24 trousers are a good fit, but then he's got a long body. So 2 to 3 does fit. It's on the bigger size, obviously, because it's 2 to 3, but it's a better fit than some of his 18 to 24.
It's such a weird size now.
I know, I said the other day they need a size in between.
18 to 36 or something.
Yeah, but they don't do that. So, yeah. Short legs, long body. But he's a solid baby. He'd make a very good rugby player.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. He's so strong as well. Like, freakishly strong, yeah. I think quite a lot of toddlers are quite strong. Like, you don't understand until you see them do things.
Yeah, you look at him, but he'll never lift that. He'll be safe. Next minute, he's got it over his head.
But, so those are like the kind of basic stats that haven't changed. Milestone-wise, compared to last time, I think at 18 months he was walking, definitely. And I think we were kind of talking about his speech a little bit, but he wasn't talking. And he's still not, but he is. And
if we would have filmed this video 2 months ago, maybe we would have just been saying flat nothing.
Yeah, it's been one of those things with his speech that I felt it's been a really sensitive topic for me because I'm at home all the time with him, obviously. I'm a stay-at-home mum, and he's not talking, and I take it as a personal thing because I don't feel I'm doing enough, even though I know I'm doing as much as I can. So, like, I've been really sensitive to it, and I've spoken to the health visitor about it. I'm not going to get emotional, although I might, because I've had no sleep. Because I don't know what to do. Like, we read books. Books are such a big part of our routine. We read books every single day. He loves looking at books by himself as well as reading them together. I've been taking him to classes, although now he's at an age where he's too old for a lot of the baby classes and too young for
one of the toddler ones.
So it was difficult. We socialise, he's got friends.
Plays really well with other children.
Yeah, he can be a bit shy sometimes in certain situations, but he's really good socially, interacting with children and other adults.
Mm.
But yeah, I felt really down about it, and so I spoke to the health visitor quite a few times because I've been obviously pregnant and hormonal and just not knowing what to do. She reassures me that I'm doing everything I can, which is nice, but still, when you compare your child, even though you're not meant to, when you compare your child to other children that they know or that are in your family or, whoever, it's difficult to not take it to heart, at least for me.
It's very hard when other kids are like yammering away and they're either younger or the same age, and it's like, oh.
Why aren't you doing that?
But then
that's how it feels.
Eric does other things like much better than other children do at his age. That they all develop in different ways.
Yeah, I think just with the speech, it's one of those milestones that everybody says, "Well, are they talking yet?" And you're like, "No."
Mm.
But so he's booked in for a hearing test next week. I think his hearing's fine, but I just wanted to knock it off the list of things that could possibly be why he isn't talking. I just think he's got selective hearing, personally. So he's booked in for that. He's on the list for speech and language therapy, although I know the waiting time for that is incredibly long. So we might not get around to doing that, but we're on the list just in case we need it. And what else? That's it for now, isn't it?
Well, the other thing I would add to this is literally since he's turned 2, he said more things than ever, and he seems to be doing right now a word a day. So
yeah,
like yesterday, I took him to my mum's, and as we were walking up the path, opposite there was a dog barking, and he turned around, pointed, and went dog, and I was like, wow, because you said you've heard him say dog.
No, I haven't heard him say dog.
Well, he said, well, all right, well that's one word, and then when we got in the house,
I have made a list actually of words we've heard him say, because the thing with Eric is he
says it once.
He says it once and he won't do it again, and he doesn't play for the
camera.
Well, audience.
Yeah, he's not.
So if you say, "Oh, Eric, say blah blah," he'll just look at you and be like,
"No, I'm too willful."
So my parents have heard him say things without us being there. Your parents have heard him say things without us being there. You've heard him say things without me being there, and I've heard him say things without you being there. So but then he doesn't say the same thing. So I've got down. You can add to this because I think you've heard more than me lately. We've heard him say cake, clock. You heard him say dog, cat, car, no, yes, granddad. He obviously says daddy. I think he was saying daddy at the last.
He said mummy thing, or mama.
But yeah, but not to me.
I'll tell you.
Ages ago, I can't remember what video it was, but I said he was going through a stage of saying mama, and mama was everything. But I've yet to be called mama or mummy or anything. As soon as Ryan enters the room, it's just daddy, 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 da 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 da.
Yeah.
And I just get forgotten about. But yeah, that's what we've heard him say. But it's going to be difficult because he's got his 2-year review coming up. And obviously you talk about how your child's developing. And I'm going to be saying all these things, but I've got no proof that he can do it because he's probably not going to do it because A, he doesn't perform, and B, he doesn't keep still.
You can never ever show someone else it. But one thing I was to say is, with the dog and cat story yesterday, so he says dog to the dog, and then we go in the house and my mum's got a cat and a dog. So Harley's the dog, obviously, and then Dennis the cat, good name for a cat, came in and he points and goes, dog. I said, no, not dog, cat. And then he went cat. And then, so I think not so much the word, but the fact he's parroting there and he's pointing as well. Like, this is something that a lot of kids who are in our social circle, if that makes, or our like familiar range or whatever, we're doing this like from 12 to 18 months, and he just seems to be a little tiny bit behind. But it does seem to have accelerated in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost. Yeah. Literally since his birthday, like it's literally 10 to the words seem to just be, and it feels like it's at a rate of a word a day almost.
Yeah, I feel like since he's turned 2, he's decided to grow up.
Yeah,
because not just the talking, but so much has changed, like his personality. But obviously, the speech is the main thing that. Well, I don't know about you, but I tend to focus on because I'm looking for the words.
We focus on the thing we worry about the most, and that's unfortunate for us. It's that other people might be like, oh, the dexterity is terrible. They can never, like, you know. I had a story in work from one of the women work who's saying what her mother said to her about her own son, saying because he couldn't use a fork, and she's like, oh, what if you can never use a fork in his whole life? And the mother said to him, like her mother said to her, have you ever seen someone not be able to use a fork as an adult? He said he will learn. It just takes time. These things take time. And he's great across the board for a lot of other things, I think.
Yeah, because he's like, before a toddler can talk, they've got to hit a lot of other boxes communication-wise. And Eric was doing that a bit, but not a whole lot. And like we keep saying, since he's turned 2, and even maybe a week or so before that, or a few weeks, like the amount that he's parroting and like doing that I've seen has been incredible. Like he does a lot more pointing and gesturing. He babbles away what we say Welsh, because it just sounds
orange. Welsh.
Yeah. So he babbles away a lot to himself, or like tries to talk to you in this kind of made up language. But also like he joins in with songs. I sing to him quite a lot. But action songs like 5 Little Monkeys. I'm really sorry about this bit of hair. I can just see it and I don't know what's going on with it, and it's just annoying me. Tangent, but anyway. Action songs like 5 Little Monkeys, The Wheels on the Bus, Sleeping Bunnies to an extent. He will join in with now, whereas before you'd just be seeing them at him doing the actions and he'd just be looking at you as if to say, okay.
He has done Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he used to do that.
Yeah, doesn't do it much because we don't sing it much now.
No, because he doesn't. He goes through phases of liking us. So yeah, but oh yes, and when we read him The Gruffalo is his favourite book of all time. So when we read him The Gruffalo, he does join in if we give him the chance to. So what's that? He's got knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his, and then we leave a pause for him to touch his nose, and he will. He said nose and touch his nose. Yeah.
He has done knees and toes today on today's rendition as well.
Oh yeah, head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah.
He never used to do that, and now he does the knees and toes bit, and the head sometimes.
And eyes as well every now and then.
And sometimes mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, so he's learnt his body parts to a point.
Yeah, that the talking was like the main thing that hadn't progressed at 18 months, and now I feel like we're on the right track. We were like building up to it, and I think we've hit the like top of the hill. You know, we're on the roller coaster,
yeah,
and you can see you're like on the front row, and you can see where you're going.
Yeah. Weird.
I think we're just about to go on that first massive incline. I think it's just going to keep.
Yeah, it's just going to accelerate.
Building now. But so yeah, that was quite a big talking point, but it's probably the biggest thing we had to update. Yeah, and just talk about milestone wise. Next thing I had down was sleeping. I wrote this list at like 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep, so it's a bit all over the place, but hopefully it's not too frustrating to watch. So sleeping wise, he's still a pretty good sleeper in the night, as long as like he's warm enough or cool enough, he's had enough to eat, he hasn't got a sore tummy or anything, or discomfort, he's not teething, that kind of thing. The clocks, what do they do? Forward. They went
Spring
forward.
Fall
So
back.
his nap time changed for about a week. Not his nap time, his sleep pattern changed for about a week.
Which was nice for us.
He was going to bed later and getting up later, but now we've fallen back into the
6 o'clock zone.
Yeah. So he wakes up for about 6:30, 7 o'clock at a push. And then we work on a 12-hour cycle schedule.
Yeah.
So he'll go down we'll take him up 7, and then he'll be asleep on a good day by 7:30.
Yeah.
Last night was not a bad day, but like a bad day for him going down. So he wasn't asleep until about 8:15.
Yeah. But he was happy in there and he wasn't screaming.
Yeah, we are like still practicing that thing of leaving him unless he's absolutely inconsolable or irate, and then we go in. If he's not, we let him self-soothe. So that's working for us. It doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody likes to do that, but for us, we're on the same page with it most of the time.
Like I'll do like the middle of the night jobs if there's one or two, because we had the odd episode of like what seems like it was a regression, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And I said from the outset, if I can go in and I can settle him like in a minute, and then I come out and then he starts crying again, then we know it's just like an attention thing.
Yeah, or like a separation, like anxiety.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because they can't tell you, can they? So.
Yeah, but so from that, I was like, well, if he's settled, then it's nothing else. He hasn't got a temperature. He's not wet or soiled or anything like that. Then it seems hard and a bit cold. But I'm like, right, we just let him cry it out. And initially, it was quite hard. It was like an hour, 45 minutes once. But now it's actually quite quick. And he doesn't. Now he just wakes up himself. He self-soothes and he's really good if he does stay in the night.
Yeah, I've written I wrote a blog post about this, so I'll link it in the description box. Not like about our nighttime routine, but about nap time. And I do touch on this. Like Ryan seems to be like really good at settling Eric in the night, and I think part of that is because Eric. What am I saying? Sorry.
Me, Ryan.
You are Eric's. No. Oh God. Eric is your biggest fan.
Yes.
So I think once Eric knows that Ryan's here, he just wants Ryan.
Yeah.
So
that's Daddy.
Yeah. So Ryan's really good at doing the night. I'm not so good at the moment because I'm very emotional, and I just get upset if Eric cries, not Ryan. Well, I do get upset if you cry, but this is a different bit. But if Eric cries in the night, I get really upset. I get really wound up. I kind of go back in my head to when I was doing all the nights, and if he woke up, it meant no sleep for a couple of hours. So there's a balloon in the background. It's just floating down. So yeah, Ryan's really good at settling Eric in the night.
Yeah, go in, quick, poof, and then he's out. I'm only joking. It's a joke, everyone. As if I do that. Christ.
I've just completely lost my thing.
But you're good at doing the nap times in the day.
Yeah,
I'm crap at that.
You're not. It's just Eric
Yeah.
is a funny one. He used to go down pretty terribly for a nap for a while, and nap time's been a work in progress. Again, I touched on all of this in the blog post that I wrote. He wakes up in the morning and then he has a morning nap still. So when I was speaking to the health visitor about how terrible he was at having a nap because he doesn't want to miss out on anything, she said to work on a 4-hour timing from when he gets up. So we were doing that. I've now changed that to 3.5 hours. Well, 3.5. And it's gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Eric's very independent. He likes to do a lot of things himself, so I give him a lot more ownership over nap time. He walks up the stairs holding my hand now. He'll tell me if he wants a biscuit or not. That was it. Before, that was my bribe to get him up the stairs, so I couldn't carry him anymore. He'll get into the cot, usually no problem. Sometimes he goes into our bedroom and bounces on the bed for a bit, which is fine because he's upstairs and I don't have to worry.
He's close.
And then we have story time. I will read him 2 to 3 books And then we have a trigger book for sleep that we read that Eric knows once he hears it, it's time to go to bed. And that book is The Gruffalo. I don't know how we're going to eventually stop reading him The Gruffalo, but it works. He knows what to do. And by the end of it, if he isn't, you know, bouncing on the bed, trying to burn off that last bit of energy, he's assumed the sleep position. I give him Mr. Fox, which is his soft toy comforter thing, to cuddle. And I'll leave him. And 7 times out of 10, he'll go straight to sleep. Other times he'll just sit there because I have the video monitor on so I can see him and just talk to himself. Or he'll jump on the bed for a bit and then a second later he'll just be out.
Yeah, there's odd days where sometimes he doesn't go out, but he'll just have like quiet time for a bit, like 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, he's gone through a funny stage of napping sometimes when there's more than me and him in the house, but only really going down if it's just me and him. So it can be hit and miss. Like Ryan put him down for a nap before we started filming this and he's gone down. But sometimes he just doesn't if there are other people around.
Yeah, FOMO.
And he's at an age where he still needs a nap, otherwise it's just...
Oh, he's so grumpy in the mornings. That's why I think the 3 hours makes more sense, 3.5 hours, because he is a grump in the mornings.
No, he just doesn't want to get out
He's
of bed
just not a morning
sometimes.
person.
No.
But the thing is, he doesn't want to go back to sleep, so he's just in the worst situation.
He just
I'm awake
throws
and I'm
himself
pissed
around
off.
in the cot, whining at you. He doesn't want to get dressed. He doesn't want his nappy changed.
Oh.
And like he doesn't talk yet, but he knows how to shake his head to say no for stuff. So we'll just sit there shaking his head at you.
No.
No. Do you want to do this? No.
No.
Do you want that? No. Do you want to watch this? No.
Should we play this? No.
No. Anyway, so I think that's probably sleep. Everything we can say about sleep.
Yeah.
It's going okay. We're working on the nap time thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably change again.
Yeah.
In like the next 6.
2
I don't know
weeks, probably.
Yeah, but
yeah,
we're going with the flow.
I don't think they don't drop a nap until like 4ish, don't they?
It depends. Some children do.
Well, let's hope he doesn't, because it's nice him having a sleep at the moment.
Yeah. So the next thing I've got written down is eating. Again. And I'm not finding his eating frustrating because he does eat. He's just gotten so fucking fussy. And it's difficult sometimes to manage. And it's very frustrating. Because he'll get up in the morning and he always wants a banana. So we have breakfast that includes a banana. That's part of our routine. Which is great. And he'll sit and eat breakfast. And then sometimes he'll have a snack, which is his biscuits for nap time. Sometimes he doesn't want them, he'll tell me, which is fine. Lunch, he'll have, if it's a certain thing. At the moment it's cream cheese sandwiches.
Which works well.
Which is okay. And then some kind of other thing, like a few crisps or some fruit or, you know. And then he'll have a snack in the afternoon. And then it'll get to tea time. And that's a whole different situation in itself. I probably didn't talk about this, but at Christmas, Eric had hand, foot and mouth.
Oh.
And just basically lived off yogurts for like 4 days. Because we must have had some in his mouth and they were sore, or we didn't want to eat anything that was too hard. And I feel like since then, his eating kind of took a step back. And we went through a stage of him only wanting mushy baby food. And so funny. We were going to go on this holiday and I said, Ryan, right, this is the time. I want to get him onto eating proper adult food because he's not getting enough from the baby food. So now is the time. We got on this holiday. He got hand, foot and mouth on Christmas Eve. And that was it. That plan went down the toilet.
Backwards rather than forwards.
So it's still a bit of a battle when it gets to tea time because I don't want to give him baby food because he's 2 and a bit now.
Yeah.
And I feel like he needs to be eating
proper food.
But you will give him something. Like at the moment, it's been fish fingers and peas or sweet corn. And one day he'll eat it. The next day he'll just look at it. The next day he'll look at it and then throw it on the floor. And then the following day he'll go back to wanting to eat it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about it to the person who comes to do his 2-year review. Because I know it's a phase. I know toddlers are fussy. but I'm just running out of ideas of what to actually feed him. And sometimes he doesn't even want tea. He'll just have like a tiny bit of milk and maybe some fruit or yogurt, and that's it.
Other times though, he'll eat off our plates as well.
I know, and then you'll give him the same thing on his and he won't want it.
Yeah, it's like a psychological thing, definitely.
If you gave him the choice to snack all day, he'd be in his element. But I don't want him to do that, because then he's just knowing that food is constantly available and it's snacks, not proper meals. So he is a good eater. He's a gannet for food, absolutely loves it. He's just not the best at understanding meal times and wanting to eat grown-up stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that's that. Anything to add to that?
No, I mean, just, he likes sandwiches, so good.
I've been trying to like not moderate his food, but like try smaller meals more often. But even that doesn't work sometimes. So it's just keeping us on our toes, and
it's the least of the challenges, but it's still a challenge. Like,
yeah, I think once like I understand more about this kind of phase, I'll handle it better. But I never know what to feed him, which is difficult, because he doesn't want to eat half the things that you put in front of him. And then do you just not feed them?
Yeah.
Do you keep offering alternatives? Like, because then they're in control rather than you. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about it as 2-year review, get some advice, and just take it from there. But like Ryan said, it's not a huge concern. It's just on the list of things that are kind of pissing us off to a very
short,
very small amount. So yeah, the rest of my notes really are about his personality, which I think has come on leaps and bounds since he's had his birthday. Things he likes to do. Eric loves being outside. He loves having freedom to just potter around, explore, do his own thing. He loves playing independently, but he will play alongside other children. He won't necessarily interact yet, but he will happily sit with other children.
I see him like interact in Welsh, like, you know, and especially with other kids who are a bit more interactive as well. And I think he just sort of, and again in the Chalmers, you see lots of pictures of him playing with other kids, like, and following actions. Yeah,
he will play by himself independently, and he will play with other children as well, or be around other children.
Sorry, can't be tired. I had more sleep.
Or happily be around other children. He's got his own little friends now.
More friends than us.
I know. I put this down actually. He's got a better social life than we do. So we're getting to that point as parents where weekends are spent doing things.
And I can't really say that, because
you have a better social life.
Off the back of his social life, I've got a better social life.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the big night out that I was promised after having Eric that I now can't have because I'm having another baby. So I've said to Ryan.
You nearly said something. Yeah, but anyway.
What did I say?
I thought you were going to say the name.
No, it was...
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter
Anyway, I'm having another baby. So I said to Ryan, after this one, I'm going away for a weekend. So, to make up for it.
Weekend with someone else. With another parent friend who's due not far after us.
But anyway, back to what Eric likes to do. He's very sociable. We've been to quite a few birthday parties. He goes to swimming lessons now. Ryan takes him because I can't, for obvious reasons. He loves swimming. He used to be afraid. We took him because we took him on holiday for my birthday in January, and we took him in the pool, and he was absolutely terrified and bit Ryan, not meaning to. He was just scared.
Yeah.
So we booked him into swimming, and now he's loving it, which is lovely. I've been to see the swimming lesson once, and he's great in the water. I do take him to some classes, but like I said, he's getting too old for some, or he is too old, and too young for others. So at the moment, I'm pretty stuck, especially with it having just been the Easter holidays. So I do try to take him out every day at least to do something. Although some days it is difficult because with me, like I'm approaching the 3rd trimester, so I'm just reaching that point of my energy levels being quite high. And yeah, like yesterday, like I just randomly got incredibly tired at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like, oh, for ages. And then I woke up, so yeah, I'm going to struggle a bit once it gets hotter.
But timing wise, I think it's worked out better now because we're coming into the nicer weather, and Eric is made up just being outside in the garden.
Yeah, we've ordered him a climbing frame. It was a bit of an investment, but when it gets to mid-June, I'm not going to want to go anywhere really. So yeah, that's an investment we've made, but as much outdoor equipment we can get for him, the happier he's going to be just wanting to stay in the house. Because if we have to stay in the house,
this living room's just not big enough.
It's difficult. So
yeah, just like a one-man wrecking band.
Yeah, but that's something we're working on. He loves colouring in, and at the moment he's working on drawing very vague shape-like things.
Yeah,
and he likes me drawing shapes, and then he like colours them in, so scribbles all over them. I'm not very good at sharing crayons though.
Yeah.
I try to colour with him, and he just takes the crayons away. So, I try to interact with him. He just doesn't want me to. That's fine. I'll sit off to the side and pick up the crayons that he drops on the floor. It's all right. Loves books and reading still. Such a big part of our daily routine. I think I've said that already. We have books at bedtime, like nap time and bedtime. Books are always like readily available for him to look at. We've got 2, they're not bookshelves, but they're like units, and they've got open shelves where Eric can just go and pick a book, and he'll bring it over to me, or he'll look at it himself, like in the corner where they all live, or, you know, so a huge part. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, he'll like to bring you a book, you'll read it to, and then he'll take the same book and sit himself on the chair and then read it to himself, which is really funny. Like
in Welsh.
Yeah, but he does follow the words across, like you say. I don't like, obviously not reading it, but it's nice to see like the genesis of that. Like at some point.
It's so funny as well because he's really into punctuation.
Yeah, he loves
like he'll point out all the exclamation marks, or like the can't remember the actual name, but where it's ... those kind of things.
A series of full stops.
Yeah, but when it's leading on to another.
Like it's like a pause, dramatic pause.
Yeah, but he'll point to them, and then you have to go exclamation mark or ...
Yeah.
Or speech marks as well. He's really intrigued by speech marks.
Yeah, parentheses.
So yeah, books are a big part of who he is as a toddler. He loves books still. That's always been the same. Where else did I put? He went through a big stage of liking Disney films. He was a big Disney film junkie. We used to have them on rotation all the time. Went from Frozen to Tangled to Moana to
Back again.
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh yeah.
Cinderella.
Little Mermaid never made it there properly.
I did try, but it's
not the best.
But now he's got more opinions. It's difficult when we need that downtime to find something that he wants to watch, because you'll ask him, "Do you want to watch blah blah? Do you want to watch blah blah?" But then he can't tell you what he does want to watch. So I tend to look for a shake of the head for a no, and if he doesn't shake his head, it's a yes. So at the moment we're on Wreck-It Ralph,
which is good,
and then some random thing on Amazon that I don't know how we discovered, but he's now obsessed. Yeah, he's now obsessed with.
It's like Gary the Glow Train or something.
Oh, something random.
Yeah,
to do with like trains and then monster
Billy
truck.
the Monster Truck.
It's really
it's
a counting thing.
It's really gaudy. Like all the voiceovers are like really like, hi, you know, like tonalities all over the shop. But he loves it.
He does.
That's what I'd say is he actually sits and watches things now as well. Especially if it's at the end of the evening and he's tired and we put something on, he will get himself on the couch even and sit and watch something, or sit in my arms and watch it, or sit in his chair Whereas previously, he'd just run round and just keep coming back to the telly every now and then. That'd be it.
Yeah, like we obviously try not to have it on too much, but there are times in the day or days in themselves where
It's like there's a routine we have for bedtime, and that like coincides with like CUEC's like bedtime hour, and it's just helpful to add structure. And it's just as a parent, like all these people, you can't use television, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it's the real world, and for us to be successful parents for the rest of the time, we need that little bit of a crutch. It's not like the whole time. It's like, yeah, poof, there you go. You
and
look
then we
at that.
go off and have a coffee in the kitchen.
Or we sit and like play on iPads and like do whatever else. What we assume other people might do, we don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry, I have hay fever.
Yes,
it's irritating.
We're just a great pair of filming people today, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I probably look like a haggard old wench, and you've got hay fever. But yeah, TV. Oh, he wasn't a stick man for a while, which was great.
Yeah.
Room on the broom sometimes. But there's no like real things that he wants to watch except for the train.
Oh, I don't know, because it went through a bit. It was Peppa Pig and then Dougie. Hey, Dougie.
I know, but at the moment it's
the train.
It's difficult to gauge it unless it's the train thing, which he'll watch back to back if you gave him the chance.
And he'll say again as well sometimes.
Or like point at the screen and say again.
Yeah, like it's touch screen, but it isn't. Which
we
is
probably
a bad
press
thing.
it like at the exact time that he touches the screen. We're teaching him bad habits. What else have I got? Oh yes, alongside with him having grown up, he's really independent and wants a lot more ownership in things that he does. So he wants to help you do more things, basically. So once you've done his nappy, if it's down here upstairs, like the bin situation with the nappies is not like...
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal
There's
for him.
stairs and stuff.
But if you've done his nappy down here, he wants to pick up the bag and take it to the bin for you. He'll do that. I don't know where he's learnt it. He just did it one day. I went with it. And now he does it. So he'll put things in the bin for you. It started with the nappies, now it's led on to more
rubbish.
things.
He's really good at like empty wrappers. He'll just like at the point now where without even saying anything, he can distinguish what's rubbish and what's not.
And sometimes he can do it with recycling. I don't know if you've been doing it, but if I prompted and say, oh no, that's recycling, because we have a designated bag for the recycling, then he'll put it in that bag. But yeah, I don't know how this has come about, because he went through a stage when he was learning about the bin to put everything. He's just
learned by looking at us. Like he done it with my mum's yesterday as well. Just literally.
I know, he does it when we go to soft play areas as well.
So good, like, and he's so helpful. Like, tries to be in other things in the kitchen, like
emptying the dishwasher. He helps me empty the dishwasher every day.
We've got like a dustpan and brush set, which is like a long handled dustpan that sits on the floor, so you don't have to bend over and sweep up. And he takes that round, tries to sweep up, because he just sees us doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and sometimes he'll help tidy up in here as well.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, if he's in the right mood. We do have a song that Brian tends to try and sing, or I put on Spotify.
I have a slightly better version, but yeah.
It's by Nick Cope, and I don't know if it's called the Tidy Up song or Tidy Up, something like that. But if we really want him to help, that tends to be the motivation for him to join in.
It works.
Sometimes it works. Other times it doesn't work.
Other times he can't be bothered, and he's too busy emptying things rather than tidying up.
Yeah, you'll go around tidying up, and then Eric will helpfully go around and empty everything that you've just tidied away.
Yeah. Sometimes he'll tidy away things just so he can untidy them, and then not tidy them up afterwards, which is also not fun.
He's a cheeky chappy in that respect, but it's just so nice, because he's not got a bad side.
Yeah.
Because he does have the tantrums have gotten worse in the respect that they have. I don't know how else to say it, but they're more controllable, because we know that the only time he tends to have them is when he's tired. And then that all the other time in the day
he behaves.
He's great.
Yeah, and also we're like keen veterans of tantrums. Have been having them since he's like 14. So
14 months, not Just
14 months, not 14 days, yeah. But yeah, we're just really good at ignoring tantrums, and I think the fact we ignore them means he doesn't get any attention out of them, and we'll go, all right, you lie there for a bit, and then we'll carry on doing sort of bits. He'll finish having a paddy, and then he'll sort of look up and go, okay, and then he'll come over like quite sheepish, and then carry on as if he hasn't done it.
Yeah, and like if one of us goes to interact with him when he's having a tantrum, we're really good at calling each other.
Yeah, just ignore him.
Yeah. So
it's usually
that's
me, like who sort of lets the side down a little bit.
Yeah, but sometimes it is difficult because he'll put himself, like not Ryan, Eric will put himself in these really.
I'm judged by.
Oh, sorry. Will put himself in these really awkward situations. Like the other day, I was out with him, and I was walking him across the road, or went to, and he had a tantrum like right by the road.
Oh.
So I had to,
Intervene.
not ignore it because I had to pick him up and snap him out of it. Which thankfully it happened, but yeah, sometimes you just have to make that judgment call. But that's the only time he's ever really a bit of a cranky baby.
Yeah.
Every other time he's really loving. Like he started to give us kisses sometimes now, which is something he never did. He'll give hugs.
Oh, I love giving hugs.
Yeah, he's lovely around other children, especially like younger babies. I've got a few friends who have other children, and Cody, who you may all know, had a baby just before Christmas, and she came round one day, and Eric was he was just so gentle with the baby, and just so lovely, and just so made up. He was like beaming smiles, and just so happy to be around another baby, which makes me confident that he's going to be a good big brother. Although, having said that, I don't know what he's going to be like when he sees you
carrying another baby other than him,
because he's really possessive over
things.
Ryan sometimes.
Yeah.
Like even if Ryan and I are just like having a little cuddle on the sofa, and like Eric's not paying us attention, if he sees us like this,
he has to come running over and join in.
Yeah.
Oh, so love. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, he's just a lovely child. Like bigging up my own.
No, he's gorgeous. He is a little angel. Like in terms of the things we've talked about, the food and that, and some of the sleeping issues.
Those are all just like bumps
very,
on the road,
very minor, and we are so lucky. We
never have bad reports from the childminder, or like, but if both our parents have minded him, there's never
nothing.
Anything. Yeah, he's great until he's not, and then you deal with it.
He's not that bad.
We know. I'm fully aware that we've just turned 2 with him, so
yeah, the
next year could change, and obviously there are some big life changes that he's going to have to get used to, that he doesn't quite understand yet, that he's going to be a big brother. So I don't know how that's going to affect him emotionally, but I know it could. So I'm not underprepared for the tantrums that might get worse, or the behaviour that might change. I'm fully prepared for it. I just don't know how it's going to, or if it's going to happen. But, yeah. The only other thing I put down to do with his personality that's quite funny is that he's a lad's lad. He loves to be around men. He loves male company. Obviously, like, he's surgically attached to Ryan most of the time. He's the same with
your dad.
With my dad. He's the same with your dad, I think.
Well,
to an extent. When it comes to Eric, he's more drawn.
Oh yeah, he's
naturally
always more drawn to men, definitely.
But my parents live in London, so like they come up as much as they can, or we go down, or we have been down, like when we can. But the minute that Eric sees my dad, it's like nothing. It's like he saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
And acts exactly the same with him as he does with you. Constantly wanting cuddles off my dad, wanting to be picked up. Like wanting to go out on trips with my dad. Like me and Mum just sit here, like, okay.
Well, it's nice, like, to have someone else who's like the focal point to give you a bit of space. Like, but yeah.
Well, no, but when it comes to Eric and me, Eric isn't bothered by me.
Ah, that's not true.
No, come on. Like, bear with me when I say this. He's not bothered by me because I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
I'm part of the furniture.
I'm a novelty because I'm here sporadically.
Yeah, but like in terms of me and you, I'm here all the time, and by the end of the week, we get sick of each other.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, Eric will come to me if he's sad, if he's obviously wants entertaining, you know, hungry. But we get to that point, and it gets to Thursday or Friday, and like he's really not happy with me, and I'm just sitting here not knowing what to do, and then you come in, and everything's like miraculously changed, and he's
different,
really happy. But yeah, the point of what I'm saying is he loves it. He loves male company, like male company that he's familiar with, like family members. Loves being around. Loves being around men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made up.
Or like family friends, even. You know. I think it would be family friends. Like, I think it would be a similar situation.
He's out with Pete as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just men in general, like.
Yeah, but that's all I had written down from 3 o'clock this morning. So if you have anything else that you think has changed or that needs updating, because I don't think I'm going to be doing another update until he turns 3 now. Unless something drastic happens.
Wow, like something like we can do.
Like
get
he
him
wakes
to do
up one
things
day
on
and
camera.
recites a soliloquy.
Oh yeah, or he starts his own YouTube channel. Yeah, and he's saving all his words up for that, like. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's everything we have to say about Eric at 2 years old. I can't believe he's 2 still. I can't believe 2 years ago I was pushing him out of my vaginal region, and now he's going to be a good brother because I'm going to have to do it all again in the summer. It's quite terrifying. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know. I hope you're enjoying this more kind of mummy parenting content direction that my channel is going, because obviously the tutorials have stopped for now, the parenting ones. But they'll start up again once I'm a mum of 2. So yeah, if you'd like to give it a big thumbs up, if you have any suggestions of videos you would like to see in the future, leave me a comment. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Such a weirdo.